Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful, blessed people of God. Happy Thursday. Let's see if we can get Instagram going. I say good morning to each and every one of you. All right, there we go. I hope and I pray that all is well in your world today. It's a gloomy day here in New York City, and honestly, I feel it. I feel it today. But to God be the glory. And not even but. I wish there was a better word than but. Because but to me signifies you know, okay. I just wish there was like a easier transition word. I'm here. And that for that I'm grateful. Like I don't want to take my gratefulness out of it. And when I say but I'm here, it sounds like it sounds almost like you're not like the gratitude is not there. Maybe that's just me, but that's the way it feels. Nonetheless, maybe that's better. Thank you. That might be a better transition word. Nonetheless. Yes, thank you, Holy Spirit. I like that one better. Nonetheless, I am here. So, in spite of the gloominess outside, I think our weather is holding up. I don't know if it's going to rain. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I don't think it's rain in the forecast. Oh, it's flood. So I'm assuming it will rain. Yeah, it's interesting because there's not a lot of rain in the forecast, but for some reason it's saying it's a flood watch. I'm not seeing at what point in time it's supposed to rain. I just see 5 p.m., but the other time it's cloudy. Oh, okay, 5 p.m. So I guess when it rains at 5 today, it's supposed to be kind of torrential. Oh, and it's going to rain tomorrow too. That's no bueno. No bueno, no bueno. We don't want it to rain tomorrow. What time will it rain tomorrow? Ooh. Okay. Lord, you have your way. You are the controller of all things, and your will shall be done. I concede. I turn over my thoughts, my plans. I yield and I go with God's flow. That is my declaration for this day and each and every day. Not my will, not my will, but the Lord's will be done. So I hope and I pray that all is well with you all. I feel like I just really need to do my hair. I think that's part of my problem as well. As much as I love this hairstyle, it takes a lot of work for me, and I don't like stuff that I got to put in a great amount of work. Good morning, Carol. Blessings to you, Queen. Happy Thursday. I pray that this is indeed your day off, and I hope it is a peaceful day off for you. Today is actually a day off for me as well. I'm grateful for that because it gives me just a little level of space, and I feel as though I need that today. Um, yeah, I cannot say that I feel 100% emotionally today. But again, not my will. The Lord's will be done. So, my focus, my intention for today, my hashtag goal is to stay focused on that, to feel my way through the day. Listen, Carol. I look. I'm just getting up myself, and it was almost, the wake up is kind of painful. I'm telling you, it's kind of painful. I'm like, why am I getting up this early? Especially when you have the day off, the wake up is kind of painful. Um, Last night I did go to sleep, probably a little bit earlier than I have been going to sleep these past couple of days. Um, it was just a long day for me. I was just tired. My body was just tired. And for that, I yielded, right? I yielded to my body being tired. I didn't try to punish myself. I didn't try to talk down on myself. I was just like, you it just is, you tired. Okay. What do you need? So I made certain that I ate um, appropriately yesterday. I have to say, I'm really proud of myself for my eating habits, despite the way I have been. Well, I can't really say despite the way I've been feeling, but despite of despite of what week it is, let's say it like that. Despite of what week it is, um, I I am eating good, right? I'm eating good. I don't really have much of an appetite, which for me is like, all right, bet. But I am eating good. Yesterday, I think I ate twice. Um, when I came home, when I came home from seeing my clients, um, I was on the phone and my friend had mentioned what she was going to make for breakfast. And I was like, oh, she was going to make some spinach. And I was like, oh, I've got spinach. I could do some spinach for my brunch because I I'm not eating breakfast. Like I usually eat, midday. So around 12, 1 o'clock. So when I got in, I I whipped up a big pot of like I kind of sauteed some spinach with mushrooms and onions and no onions, with red pepper, like different red peppers, green peppers. So like a variety mix of peppers with mushrooms, a size pot of that. And then I had some vegan breakfast sausages in the freezer. So I made a few links of the vegan breakfast sausage. And then I scrambled some eggs. I did 3 eggs with cheese. And I thought this was going to be, because I did 4 sausage links. They were like the links. I did it was almost a full pot, maybe like a quarter pot of sauteed spinach with the peppers and the mushrooms, and then the 3 scrambled eggs. Because normally when I eat eggs, I will eat 3 scrambled eggs with some cheese in it. And I honestly thought it was going to be enough for 2 breakfasts. Yeah, I thought it was going to be enough for 2 breakfasts. I thought I was going to have like leftovers for today, and all I would have to do is heat and eat. But yeah, somehow your girl bodied the whole deal. I don't know if because I was eating vegetables, it made me feel like I could eat more. Um, but yeah, that was all she wrote. She ate all of it, which wasn't a bad thing, honestly, because for the protein intake, it was perfect. I think the vegan sausages have about, I want to say they have maybe about 9 grams of protein per the 2 links. So that was 18. And then the eggs, I had 3 eggs. I think it might be 6 grams of protein in 1 egg, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so that's about 36 grams of protein. That wasn't bad. And I'm not certain, I'm like spinach may have like a little tiny amount in it. I don't even know. But yeah, so that was pretty good. And that was a hearty breakfast. And that kept me, I ate that again like around 1. And so that kept me till the afternoon time, and then I had a nectarine, which actually didn't taste like a nectarine. Thank you, Whole Foods. I don't know what Whole Foods produced, but it didn't necessarily taste like the nectarines that I'm accustomed to, but it was a nectarine. And so I had a piece of fruit. And then around 7 o'clock, I did have dinner, which I have. Good morning, Brenda. Blessings to you, Queen. I did have my dinner and I had a piece of leftover codfish. I had baked some codfish the other day. And so I had the codfish again, which is high in protein, which is a plus for um, my weight management and my body goals. So that's a plus. And And then I had more vegetables. I had some leftover, I think it was like eggplant, tomatoes, some other stuff. It was like vegetables. So I had a little leftovers of that. And then I also made some roasted potatoes with string beans and carrots. Um, I had that as well. So I had majority vegetables for dinner last night and the fish. And it was good. It was good. It was good. And so I say all of that to say that I'm really proud of myself because um, it was a thoughtful meal, right? It was a thoughtful meal. Like there was thought behind it. It was strategic. It wasn't just eating whatever's there. And I think that's the best thing to do when you have weight management goals, um, to make sure you're very strategic about what you're doing, to know in advance how you're going to move and what you're going to do. So I do need to get to the gym today. That is a priority for me because I need to conclude my 3 days. As much as I've been trying to get to the gym an extra day, it just didn't work out. And again, I'm not going to beat myself up. Um, but I'm grateful that I'm still on my momentum in spite of how it is that I feel today, right? In spite of how I feel today. And I know why I feel the way I feel today. And I'm just going to roll with it, right? I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to try to hide it. I'm not going to try to smush it down. I'm just simply going to roll with it. And I believe God's grace is sufficient. And so I will be okay. I will be okay today. And we'll just go with the flow. I do have projects, right? For some reason, like I've just got projects backlogged, so I've got projects that I have to work on today, and that is my priority is to be gentle. Let's clear this up, right? Just so we're clear. The intent today is to be gentle with myself because that's my intention every day. Yesterday, I was talking about challenging ourselves. Yes, we will challenge ourselves, but we will also be very gentle. It will be a gentle challenge today. Now, yesterday I could have pushed myself a little bit more, but today we're going to be a gentle. It's going to be a gentle day because of the significance behind today. But I'm just gonna go with God's flow, and I want to get through the projects. That's the intent, is to get through the projects because the deadlines is crazy. Deadlines like run. I don't know what's up with deadlines. Deadlines run. It's like when you make them, they coast and they, like casually, strolling along. But then it's like soon as you look up, it's like they run. I'm like, yo, slow your roll down. Like, why is September like running? Like, what's your rush, September? What's your motivation to get here? Like, what's going on? Like, are the people praying for September to get here expeditiously? Like, are we expecting some miraculous breakthrough for the month of September? And if so, say that, right? Say that. But it's like the minute you make a goal and you say your deadline is September, so September put their running shoes on and it starts, kicking it into high gear. So I'm like, wait, hold up. I'm looking at the calendar, I'm counting the days. I'm like, wait a second here. So I got stuff to do. Like this whole sitting around, lingering around. It's like, nah, we gotta stop that. September 1st is actually Tuesday. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I don't know. Jesus. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Look, that deadline just ran. That didn't even feel fair to me. Shoot. But I think I gotta push it. I think I gotta push it. Jesus. Yeah, I think I should push it. I think I should push it. Can I do it, Lord? because I should have did that yesterday. Now I'm thinking out loud. Forgive me. I should have did that yesterday. Why can't I push it, Lord? I think I can. I think I can. And I think I might. Let's see. Let's see how the momentum flows today. I think I might. I think I might. I think I might. As long as everybody's in order, I think I might. Oh, oh, we're not going to renew that. Thank you for that note. Okay. Okay. All right. That's enough of me thinking out loud. Yes. So September is coming really, really quickly. And your girl got to get herself together. Right. She just got to get herself together. There's just some things that she's got to, September, she's going to be moving and shaking just a bit. And there's some things that she needs to get happening. There's some thoughts she has in her head, and I need to kind of flush these things out. So um, the time is now. The time is now. We've got to, we're coming towards the end of the, what is that, the third quarter, and getting ready. October kicks us into the fourth quarter. So most people like to kick it into high gear in October, but she's starting a month early, and she's got to finish third quarter strong and go into fourth quarter with a level of excellence and momentum. So there's a lot that I have to do, and part of which means I have to take care of myself. I have to take care of my mind. I have to take care of my heart. I have to take care of my body. Um, and yes, my heart is a part of my body, but the word heart wanted to come out today, so it did. And so I definitely have to make certain that I am taking care of me. I also have some other goals that I am working on for September. I actually want to start watching football. I do. For some reason, there has been this innate need in me that I have two goals that I've wanted for quite some time. One, I want to learn football. Okay, I want to learn football. I want to start watching football. And then two, the second goal is I want to take dance lessons. I've been saying I want to take dance lessons for a really, really long, long time. And I don't know when I'm going to start taking I don't know when I'm going to start taking dance lessons, but that is something that I really, really want to do. However, because football season is getting ready to kick into gear, I really, really want to learn to watch football. So I'm going to be soliciting help. My oldest son has been trying. He's been starting to try to give me some little tidbits or whatever, but I need it reiterated on a regular basis, so that way it sticks in my head, because they say that saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So my mind has been so consumed with basketball, and basketball season is going to be starting in a couple of months. So I'm happy with that. And this need for me to watch football may fade out. I don't know. But I feel like if it's nurtured in the right way, I just might stick with it. But I certainly cannot wait until basketball season comes up. You like that, right, Carol? I don't I don't know, but it's been a while. And as I was talking about yesterday I was talking about how you envision like this perfect scenario. I think when I had this brief vision that I wanted to move to Miami, I could visualize myself in Miami, like in the Cuban nightclubs, just really like just cutting up, just really right, like on a Saturday night she's in the hot spot, and she's just flowing around on the dance floor, and then she goes back to kind of her Clark Kent, Peter Parker kind of ways throughout the week, but on Saturday she hits the dance floors. So like in this like Cuban night spot, that's like the vision. But ideally, yes, I would love to take dance lessons. And I think part of the dance lessons, the desire for it is because of what we so commonly do, but not to say that it's right. So, one of the things that we, and I know I'm not the only one, we commonly do is we talk ourselves out of stuff, right? And before, like, so you have a thought. So, for instance, the thought, I want to take dance lessons. We have the thought. But then immediately there's this other voice that comes in and tells us why we can't. Well, for one, Shaniqua, you don't live in Miami. And not to say that's the only place you can get some fire dance lessons. No, right? That's far from the truth. But then the other thought says, well, you're not really good with coordinated dance movements. Really? Really? You're not really good with coordinated dance movements. Okay, yeah, I'm not. But hence, that's what the dance lessons is for. The dance lessons is for, and the dance lessons are not for me to memorize dance steps, right? To say, okay, foot goes here, one, two, three, do this, do that. Like, it's not for the memorization. It's for the movement. It's for the movement. Movement is good. Movement is healthy. Movement is necessary. And I'm not certain if I said this yesterday, but I had met an older man, which I meet a lot of seniors in the line of work that I'm doing. And I met an older man, and he was like 90. He was like 90 years old. And he was taking care, he was responsible, he was a primary caregiver for his wife. And he was taking care of his wife, and you know, he knew that I was coming, but the people, they're never always prepared, but that's neither here nor there. It's okay. I give grace. But I would ask him for something, I would ask him a question, and he would have to get up and go seek the answer or go get the answer. So if I say, I need the medications, do you have a list of the medications? He'd have to get up and go get the list. But what I noticed is that his get up and go was really good. Some people, myself included, some people you gotta, one, two, three, and you get up. But for him to be 90, his spring step was really, really good. And he was, he just jumped up and he went. It was pretty nice. And so I asked him, I said, may I ask how old you are? Because he again he wasn't the reason why I was there. He wasn't my client. And I was like, may I ask how old you are? And he told me he was 90. And I asked him, I said, did you used to be an athlete, or were you into, sports or anything like into that? And he was like, no. He was like, but I do calisthenics every day. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, I said, it shows. I said, it shows that you move your body every day at 90 years old. It shows. So now he might have thought I was, like hitting on him a little bit or whatever like that. I'm accustomed to the 90-year-old men hitting on me. Okay. We don't, it's not the other way around. However, he it showed, right? And so it makes a difference. And I've met with senior people. I remember this one lady, I don't recall honestly how old she was, but she used to do yoga, or she is a yoga instructor or whatever, but like her flexibility, her agility kept her from appearing as old as she was. So I say that to say, if you're in your 30s, you're 40. Well, probably not even your 30s, because in your 30s, it's norm. It may be a part of your norm to move. But if you're 40, 50, 60, 70, you gotta move. You gotta move your body. And honestly, dance lessons might be beneficial to all of us. Why? Because now it's not just, oh, well, I know how to dance. So I know you know how to dance, Shanique. Well, like you the bomb diggity. Like you put the music on, she gonna go all night. Like yes, yes, and more yeses. But it's something about, again, the challenge, challenging your body to move in a way that it hasn't moved in a long time. It's not accustomed to moving. And so one of the tips, right, that I would give to especially the aging, and we're all a part of the aging population, one of the things that I would say is move your body. You got to move your body. And the minute you stop moving your body is when you are pretty much signing your fate. So we've got to keep the moving, whether it's the walking, whether it's dancing. And again, dance lessons challenge your body to go into a different direction. Sure, I was moving, I was walking and everything, but when I go to the gym, I'm now challenging different sets of muscles to stretch, to move, to do, right? So it's a different challenge. It's a different challenge. Now, for me, I have stairs in my house. And some days I'm like, girl, you gotta get a flat place. You can't, how much longer are you gonna do these stairs? And yes, some days I get tired of doing the stairs, but then I go out with the seniors and I hear the seniors say, well, you know what? I still do my stairs. That's part of my physical therapy. That's part of my movement. We gotta do it. Come, you gotta do it. And I'm telling you, Carol, like that rhythmic movement does more than meets the eye. So when you're dancing around, like a lot of times I'll put the radio on when I'm in the kitchen, whether I'm cooking or cleaning, and I always tell my boys, like, if you hear music playing, into the room slowly, right? Guard your eyes, into the room slowly, because you never know, the beat might hit and mama might be stretching some of her muscles, right? And you might be like, is she twerking in the kitchen? Baby, if she don't, she ain't gonna be able to. So let the body move. Don't be afraid to let your body move. And that is a part of a daily challenge. And I cannot guarantee it, but based off of what I've seen. But hey, good morning, Jessica. We got to catch up because I need you. We got to catch up. Hey, good morning, Jocelyn. Blessings to you both. Thank you, Instagram, for tuning in. I almost forgot to check over there. But we've got to get our bodies moving, right? We got to get to moving. And so I am grateful to be in this season where I am challenging my body to move. Some days when I leave the gym, and it's not even the day I leave the gym, it's like a day and a half after. Yes, I said that. A day and a half after I've been at the gym, my muscles are like, what? And I'm like, hey, I didn't even know you existed. Like, my bad. I didn't know you existed until this moment. But it's the challenge. And so when you immediately have a thought and something tells you why you can't or why you shouldn't, that's the part you should challenge. Well, why shouldn't I? Right? Don't just take it as face value. Oh, um, you're not good with coordinated movements. Okay, that was in that season, that was at that moment in time, those were those specific movements. But who's to say you can't? And again, it'll do more than the surface, right? So you're in there learning the dance movements, challenging your body to move in a certain way. But what is it doing to the heart? What is it doing to the heart? Now the circulatory system is now moving because you're moving. Now your heart is getting a better flow, a healthier flow. So it's better for your heart. What is it doing to your mind? The physical challenging of your body, what does it do to your mind? Well, hopefully it gives you that Mamba mentality. Now you got that grind to a next level. Yeah. So whatever the thought is, and yes, I'm talking about dancing, I'm talking about physical activity, but the thought could be a goal. Maybe your goal is to write a book. Maybe your goal is to start a business. Maybe your goal is to climb a career ladder. Like, I don't care. I don't care what it is. The same principle applies. When the thoughts come and say, don't, you should not do that. You can't do that. Challenge that and say, well, why not? Oh, you don't have time to do that. Well, I managed to make time for all the other stuff I ain't got time for. So what are we even talking about? What's the reason why you won't? And so sometimes you do have to push yourself, because not only can it help your physicality, it can help your mental as well. So, how about reaching some goals? How about connecting and initiating and activating those goals, regardless of what it is, whether it's dance lessons, whether it's learning football? I can do it. So what? I've only known basketball in my life. And as much as I've tried, this ain't the first time I tried to watch football. I just don't get it because nobody's ever explained it to me. I've never had a need for it. Right? It's like, what's the need? There is no need. But now there's a need for me, because it's something that's generating on a deeper level. It's not about football. It means something different to me this time around. So it's like, why not? Why not? So I say to you, what area, again, are you willing to challenge yourself in? And before you jump to challenge yourself, what's your why? What's your why? And when your why is greater, it'll happen. So find the greater why. And you will have to push for it. You will have to fight for it. You will have to grind for it. Yes, yes, and more yeses. But if it's what you want, go after it. And you know what, Carol? I tried to watch well, when we were doing the whole FIFA thing. I tried. And when I looked at it, I was like, okay, what's the point? Like, I love and I would be amongst the people, because I like that. I liked being amongst the people. During the playoffs, that the whole generation of people, like generating of people coming together, that was exciting to me. So I was like, I can do FIFA, like whatever. But it was just for the people, and that's okay. But think about what the why is. And once you realize what your why is, let that be the fuel to shut down the voices that tell you why you can't. I know I briefly mentioned this, a while ago. One weekend, a friend of mine's and we went out. And the intention for the day was to cool out. We were gonna cool out. That was the intention. We did not have high activity planned. It was a cool out day. All right. I was dressed, I was ready for the cool out day. And then towards the end of the cool out day, we were walking in the park, chilling. And the next thing you know, there's a roller rink. I thought it was an ice skating rink. And I was like, oh, I love ice skating. Now, mind you, she hadn't ice skated in eons, talking about she loved ice skating. She loved the concept of ice skating. She don't necessarily ice skate, but she loved the concept of it. Turned out because of the summer, it was a roller rink. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't roller skated in years. I mean, like 20 plus years. And my friend was like, me either. Let's do it. There's the challenge. Let's do it. Immediately, common sense is like, girl, you know, one wrong twist, one wrong turn, girl. And I was like, shh, let's do it. Let's do it. Could barely get the skates on and walk to the rink to get in the rink. And I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? The whole time, that's all I kept saying. What am I doing? What am I doing? Praying for safety. Angels, keep me up, please. But you know what? At the end of it all, instead of saying, what am I doing? What am I doing? At the end of it, I heard myself saying, I did it. I did it. So going from, what am I doing? This is crazy. What am I doing? To, I did it. I did it. There was a shift in a matter of 40 minutes. Because I think we had about an hour or so to go around, but the way my feet is set up, I was like, these skates is hurting my feet because it wasn't a smooth rink. It was like kind of gritty and grainy feeling or whatever. So it wasn't like a smooth, and you could feel the rough and bumpiness in each step. And I was just like, all right, okay. And I told myself all of that as I was going around. I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Like your feet gonna be hurting. So like there was a lot of conversation going on, but the main thing was I went from what are you doing to I did it. And that did something for me because now it becomes a testimony to say, I can do hard things. I can do new things, right? I can do new things. So, what new thing are you going to do? Because we live in a day and age where we need receipts, we need proof, not necessarily for other people, but for ourselves. So, what proof do you need to convince yourself that you can do new things? What proof do you need to convince yourself that you can do challenging things? What proof do you need for yourself that you can tell yourself you can do scary things, that you can succeed, that you can achieve, that you can receive, even in spite of fear, even in spite of not knowing what you're doing? And one of the last things, so while we were on the roller skating rink, there were some little kids. And then there were older kids, right? Young adults. They have the walker. I don't know what they actually call it, but the walker, the thing that you skate with that helps you maintain your balance. Pride was saying, you don't need that. You can't use that. That's for other people. That's not for you. Pride said that. That's for the little kids. You're going to look crazy using that. And then I saw the young adults using it. And then it's like, oh, it's going to be like you're copying them. You're, like you're out of your league. You just need to get off the rink. If you can't skate, you just need to get out of the ring. Again, these are the voices that I'm contending with as I'm going around and around and around, and my feet are all bumpy and everything. And the next thing I know, my friend comes up. She's like, oh, look, I grabbed one. And she was going around pretty good. She was doing good. I was in awe of her. I'm like, look at her go. She was doing pretty good. But she still came back. She got one of those walker things. And she's like, look what I got. She's like, come on, let's do it. And we did it together. And we went around. And we went around. And that's when it shifted. It's okay to need help. It's okay for people to see you need help. Okay? Come on. Come on. We don't like people to see us needing help. It's one thing for us to need help, but we don't want people to see us needing help. We don't want our business broadcasted on Front Street. We don't need everybody on social media knowing that we got a need. Well, no, it's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new moment in time. It's a new season. What other song comes to mind? Like, it's a new season. There's nothing wrong in needing help. There's no shame in needing help. If you need a business coach, get a business coach. If you need someone to help you with your book, get somebody to help you with your book. If you need help in an area that you're not proficient in, like if you want to learn how to dance, you're gonna find someone to teach you, right? If you want to learn football, trust me, I'm gonna find somebody to teach me. And I don't think it's going to be no hard sell. I'm going to find somebody that's going to give me some advice. I will go to a bar every football night and sit up underneath some old man and be like, what's going on? Explain this to me. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. And I guarantee you, the teachers will be fruitful. The scripture in the Bible says that the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Well, we're believing in an open door season. We're believing that more is coming. And so therefore the teachers will be in position. So whatever it is that you need to learn to do, the teachers will be in position. And you've got to believe that, you've got to feel that, you've got to know that, you've got to have a deeper level of understanding of it. And maybe the teachers are not there because you haven't admitted you need to be a student. So once you open your mouth, once you stop acting like you got it all together, you got everything figured out, even people that got things figured out need help. You can know what you want in life. You can have your plans all mapped out in a pretty little colorful book. But guess what? You still might need some help. You still might need some help. Good morning, Leslie. So as soon as you show up to the scene, as soon as you show up and say, I want to learn something, the teachers will come. But because you haven't been open and honest, because you haven't challenged yourself to say, I can do hard things, I can do new things, I can do things that I don't have necessarily the skill set and the knowledge to do, I can do it. How else would a registered nurse be sitting in the business realm? My toes are more in the business realm than they are in the nursing realm. I don't even practice actual hands-on nursing. Yes, I go see clients. I have the understanding. I sit with my understanding of it. I don't do it, right? I'm not giving medications. I'm not treating wounds like how I used to. I'm in a different capacity of nursing, but that's just my toe. The rest of me is fully fledged in business. How is that? How is that? How is she a business and teacher and a business coach? How is that? When she's a registered nurse by training, by profession. It's because I can do new things. I can do things that I wasn't necessarily trained for, but have the knowledge in. Hello, somebody. You keep talking yourself out of doing stuff because you're looking at your resume. What if it's not on your resume? Would you still apply for the job? The answer should be yes. If it's something that you've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to take dance lessons. Okay, girlfriend, put it on Facebook. Put on Facebook, I want to take dance lessons, and watch how many ads pop up on your page for somebody's dance lessons. And all it takes is you to click on one, to read, to look, to explore, and I promise you, you will be flooded with it. You will be flooded with it. The other day, I saw an ad. Instantly an ad came up about house cleaners, and y'all know that's one of my goals. That's one of my things I've been talking to the Lord about. She want her housekeeper back, right? She want to be able to say she got a housekeeper again, not for bragging rights, just so her daggone house is clean. Like when they would leave, my house would freaking be glistening. I remember like one of the first time we had the house cleaners come by, and my youngest son came out of the room and he came downstairs. He's like, Ma, Ma, what did they do? And I'm like, what do you mean? What did they do? It was like the handles for the shower was glistening. He was like, I can see my face in the the shower, in the shower. I don't even know what you call it. The spout that the water comes out of and the handles. It was like I can see myself in it, right? It was glistening. It was magical. I was in awe. I was just like everybody walked around for days like, wow. Like we were living in like this castle now. It was like, wow. And that came from getting a housekeeper, and or having a housekeeper, or a cleaner, whatever you want to call them. And so I remember that time, and I want to go back to that time. I'm looking around my house now, and I'm like, Lord Jesus, if you could just find if you could just find it in your heart, Lord, to bless a girl. And so one day I'm on, and in fact, I was on Instagram, which is a rarity for me, to be on Instagram and see ads. Normally, the ads are on Facebook, but I was on Instagram, and there was an ad for a cleaner. I clicked on it. I just wanted to see. I spent 2.5 seconds looking at it. I wanted to see what they were saying and how they were saying what they do. I wanted to look at the before and after pictures. And then when I went on Facebook, floodgates, floodgates. Cleaners, 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 house cleaners, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, da da da. Cleaners, 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 flooded. So I say all that to say, listen, and that's another thing, Leslie. That's one of those voices where we talk ourselves out of it. Oh, I don't have the money for it. Oh, it doesn't make sense for me to pay somebody to do it when I'm able-bodied. Well, yes, I'm able-bodied, but my time, I don't have time to do it how like I want to do it. And when I do it, I feel like I've wasted time. Like on a Saturday morning, something about me and a Saturday morning, I get up, I simply have one goal: get in the bathroom, get myself together so I can come out and start doing some work that I need to do. Every Saturday, go in the bathroom, and all of a sudden, I can't stand it. The bathroom's a mess. The trash needs to be pulled. The sink needs to be washed. And now, before I could come out of the bathroom from washing my face and brushing my teeth, now the whole bathroom is clean. I'm down there wiping the floors down, straightening the mat, and now the bathroom is clean. But when I finish, there's a level of reverse guilt. I don't feel guilty that I feel guilty that I did it, because I'm like, yo, that 20 minutes, and didn't take me long, but it's like that 15, 20 minutes that you took to do all of that, you should have been working on the income producing projects. So when I do devote the time to do it, I feel guilty, because I'm like, That's the time you should have been doing working on your paperwork. That's the time you should have been doing working on your purpose, working on your goal, working on your your to-do list. Like, but here you are wiping down the stove and washing the dishes. Like lately there's been a struggle in my house to keep it clean. Cause I'm like, nah, girlfriend, you can't spend 30 minutes in this kitchen, cleaning and swabbing and doing and all that. And then by the next week, it's going to be messy again. Like, that's a waste of your time. That's a waste of my time. Going in the kitchen, slaving, making this whole big meal, that's now a waste of my time. In this season of my life, it's a waste of time. It's something I'm doing because I'm procrastinating doing the other stuff. Yes. So guaranteed, if I'm around my house cleaning up, doing this, it's not necessarily, yeah, it needs it, but it's also because there's something else bigger on my plate that I'm trying to run away from. You got to see the signs. And so when you see the signs, you got to do better. So there's nothing wrong with hiring a house cleaner. There are people who this is their business. They look forward to the good reviews. They want the work. They're helping other people get work. So you're being a blessing to other people, and it's freeing up your time. And guarantee when the people are working and you've got to be nearby, that makes me sit and do my work. Because I had landscapers over, was it last weekend? They were cutting the grass. I'm telling y'all, I had a jungle. There was a jungle going on. There was a forest, a jungle going on in front and backyard. Because I just didn't have the time to do it. And honestly, didn't want to do it. While they were there, I sat on my computer and I got my work done. So sometimes assigning the task helps free you up to do more tasks. So get rid of the excuses, get rid of, oh, it costs a lot. You won't know until you click and you figure something out. So I say to you on this Thursday, what does your heart want? Whatever it is that your heart wants, be open to receiving help and put it out there. Put it out there. Look, I'm not a big component of telling social media your business, but put it out there. And watch the teachers come. In fact, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do that myself. I'm not going to tell you to do something that I wouldn't do. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to put up my heart's goal. And I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to watch to see if my teachers come. In fact, I think it was this week, I mentioned that I was working on a goal, but there was something that like I just needed to get past. I had somebody who I barely have conversation with put in the comments saying, "What do you need help with?" I barely speak to her. Like I can't tell you the last time. Well, I have met her in person. But we don't have conversation every day. Like we're not on the phone with each other. And I simply said that there was something that I was working on, that I was trying to do, but I just needed something. And she asked, "What do you need?" So I challenge you, put up the goal and see if your help doesn't come. And I'm not trusting in the Facebook algorithm. I'm trusting in God. I'm trusting in God that the right people at the right time are going to see it and they're going to come in and they're going to prove to you that it can get done. I pray that the Lord will show you proof today. So for the voice that comes up and says, you can't do that. What's the sense of doing that? That doesn't make sense. And it's not perfect. The situation is not perfect. You're not living in Miami. You're not in the Cuban nightclub. What do you need to learn how to dance for? Okay. Show me proof, God. Take me from what am I doing? What am I doing? This is crazy. Why am I thinking this way? This doesn't make sense. I'm not trained in this. I'm not skilled in this. I didn't go to school for this. I don't have the degrees for this. Instead of all of that, let's change it, Lord. Show me the proof. Take me from those thoughts to saying it's done. It's done. Wow, look at this. I'm knee deep in it. It's done. God, I believe you for the proof today. So with that, I'm going to leave y'all. I'm going to leave y'all. I'm going to leave y'all to go find your proof. I'm going to leave y'all to go find your proof. Because I believe as soon as you admit what you want, the floodgates are going to open. Jesus. So I gotta go have this conversation. I gotta hash this out with the Lord. But you all go forward. Have a beautiful and blessed day. I will see you all tomorrow, God willing. But according to my schedule, I believe I'll be over here and I can come and holler at y'all tomorrow. So you all go forward. Have a beautiful and blessed day and keep your eyes and your ears open for your proof, because what it is that you would love to learn and you would love to do, the teachers are going to flood in. The teachers are going to flood in. Amen. So y'all be blessed. I see y'all tomorrow.